Hello everyone. I just want to make a short video before I go in and try to take care of some business in the store. I kind of want to sum up everything to where I'm at right now. It's been a long journey. It is a great trial. It is the trial of your faith, of that word that you hold, the word that we hold. I am bottled up, and I'm sure that, I had to be made ready and strengthened, and I'm sure that when I finally begin pouring this out, that I will truly begin to pour out. Even the tears I've bottled up, everything for so long. And I always knew it was for a great plan, a great purpose. It is a great suffering, but it's what you hold dear that you're fighting for. I had to be made strong to be able to endure. It wasn't by my strength that I endured. It wasn't for my own purpose, for my own reason. The Father had a plan. And very few have known and understood. And when you're bottled up, how do you know where to begin? But I've always known it would come out in His time. I don't understand my part. I only, know all I've been through, all I've witnessed, what I've received. And, it's, the Father finishing His work in me and in all those who He has worked in for His purpose and His will and His glory. I was watching Sis Lively today, and the Spirit's joining together those who He's using for His purpose. He is establishing each of us to put us together, to join us. And there's still, much I don't understand yet, But I've been given the assurance and confirmations of all that I've waited. That is why I haven't come to speaking many things to you. We who know, we understand that first thing you must understand is that you don't know nothing. You have to, and when you receive, you have to receive that and get understanding and confirmation and assurance of what you've received. And until we have that confirmation and assurance, we don't speak. In that hour, the Spirit will give what we shall speak and say. See, we who know we who are witness, we know, we are assured of the testimony. And Lively said today, I'm going to try to put some things together I'm going to try to put some things out, not together, out, this weekend. I'm going to try to put my heart out this weekend, all that I have bottled up inside me. We each have our part. We each have our testimony, our witness, and all of us we share the same word, but we have experienced different things bringing us to the fullness. It is not us working. It is the Spirit working. It is the Father's will and purpose. But today, Sis Livy, what was she speaking on? So many things, too much. I need to start taking notes when I'm watching videos so I can come back and reply. But she was speaking about the gift, and the first gift being courage, and that is the first gift. Faith. And it's through that faith. Of course, faith is the first gift. But through that faith, it is what gave us the courage to do as we have done. The courage to stand boldly, for His word. Like when I first heard, many years ago, when I first picked up that book and heard that testimony, it was not the letter that I heard. The letter got in the way, and that was because of what man had told me, because of man's understanding of that word. But when I first heard, and it was so good, and I wanted to tell all, and that's when I was told, you don't know anything. You have to wait. You will have to learn. And it's like all this, the testimony was then given to me. But I only heard through my carnal, I was not prepared to understand it. You had to be made ready by the purging. There was just so much. But it was that word I heard that, then man, what happens when you hear, you receive it joyfully. Then Satan comes and steals that word. Plants tares. Chokes out the word. But see, we hold to that word we heard though. But through that faith that was given to us for the purpose, for His purpose. That is why our faith is given. Because there was a plan. And through that good testimony we heard and that faith, we have suffered for the word. Because of the word of man, the carnal man that did not understand, that did not hear. That was our courage was, I remember the time where I thought, if I'm wrong, I'm in some serious trouble. If I'm deceived and the world's right, then I'm going to face a God that is going to be against me, and I can't even put back, that was 20-something years ago. But I knew, if I was wrong, and all these churches and religions are right, and I am in some serious trouble. But that testimony that I heard, I knew, I believe. Those who have heard have set to the seal that God is true. That day that I believed, that's when I know that I was sealed. If not before then, but, because I was for His purpose. That's why I received the testimony. I don't understand. There's certain things I don't understand yet. But, and I know this might not make a whole lot of sense. It's just so much that I want to begin to put out. It's when people will hear and begin to see how real God is, and when that sparks that faith up in people. You know, this world is a dark world. The minds of man is darkened. But through what the Spirit has done and revealed through us, and will reveal through us, to rekindle the heart, that to rekindle that faith in those who will hear. It's just, I have not the right words right now to say, but it is the wisdom and it's everything that the little book could not contain being poured into us. That understanding that, our mortal bodies cannot contain it. In those moments of revelation, when you're being filled, it's when the Spirit works, you understand, and it's so clear in those moments. But it was given little piece by piece by piece by piece, just abundantly. I remember when in these moments I would say, "My cup runneth over," but there were certain things that I didn't understand, even with all of it, and I knew it was consuming the carnal and it was filling me with the truth. And I knew I would understand even these things. But until I did understand, I could not speak. And now I've received confirmation. And it's like assurance of all that you've known. Yes, Nancy, it was true. You've heard the truth. Now go speak the truth. Our Father is so great and so glorious in His will, in His... Who has known it? To whom has the arm of the Lord been revealed? And it is all in the root. Do you have the root? Because what's not of the root is tares. All that's not sprung up from the root or brought forth from the root is tares. When you have that root, you bear fruit. And and that fruit, you know what, you recognize the bad fruit. There's nothing no longer hidden. And we know that the Father's plan will work and will prosper. It will work. The Spirit will work in those who hear, and all we can do is give our testimony. And with all thankfulness and praise for all that has been given to us and shown to us and done for us, that the world might see how great our Father is, that the world might come to know. But yes, lively courage is the first gift, and and all this other, all that the Father has given, had to strengthen us. Because first we had the faith and the courage, and then the strength to courageously speak His word in the world. So that's why, you know, but I know the Father will do this, not myself. The Father will make the way, will show me what to do. Because it would be like, you know, I can only give my testimony. It's from that person and the mind where I once was to where I am now, how long and what a great working the Spirit done to bring me to where I am now. How do you begin to, you know, but piece by piece, just as the Spirit had done with us, little by little. To those minds out there are in the, you know, different levels, different places that must be purged, you know. I know the Father will give me the mouth to speak. And it will work. And, you know, I know that's like my example is how, and I guess all of us, is how the Spirit worked to, that others will see, others will hear. When they hear that word, the Spirit will work in them to purge that carnal and that falsehood out of them. And little by little, just as He worked in us, that's what will happen to those who receive. I've waited long for this day that I always knew would come. You know, even when my faith was weak, I still had to hold on to that word that I heard. And, you know, throughout my life, there were certain things that the Spirit had done in my life, experiences that would, when my faith would be low, I'd always remember these things that the Spirit had done in my life to increase my strength, and, you know, my faith. Every time when I would be weak, I would think back on these things, and that would, you know, He gave me what I need to keep me going. And maybe each of us has a certain part to play, because, you know, I am so against those who teach wrongly. You know, I did not open my mouth, and their mouths is what causes confusion. It angers me so much that they, you know, and yes, they're doing and saying as they've been taught, but you know, when truth is spoken, they speak evil of it. So those who out there can't even, you know, I know Father will show me what is His plan for, you know, my purpose, what I am to do. I will give my testimony. I hope something here made sense. I am just so filled with just comforted. You know, it's resting. It's at ease now. It's been a great battle, and now, you know, the Comforter's given me ease from the battle and strength for whatever lies ahead. So, many blessings, many blessings. I love you all. Father, bless you greatly. Much love.